Hi, channel update video for March 2018. This month is my 8-year anniversary. I started this YouTube account on March 18th, but I actually started my first Let's Get On With It adventure on March 5th, 2010. On the Bay 12 Games forum, where I uploaded a screenshot playthrough and told a story, and combined that with videos I uploaded to Dailymotion. A transition from Dailymotion to YouTube per essentially viewer request. Some of the folks following along the story noted they had trouble watching on Dailymotion, so I thought I'd try YouTube, and it worked well. So I stayed on YouTube. I didn't think that I would go past Liberal Crime Squad. I've told this story many times. But eventually I spun out off into doing other games, and treated folks the same. Greetings, liberal comrades, moderate potentials, and conservative sleeper scum. One of the many things I've said which, I guess hasn't aged well. Viewers tuning in 6-7 years after the fact are confused or frustrated or angered by the stuff I've said and the things I've done. Because, like, those videos that I uploaded were a continuing story that I was telling, you know, from one video, from one game to the next, that my old viewers were coming along with for the ride as I was transitioning from thing to thing. And the references that I made to Liberal Crime Squad made more sense back in 2010 than they do in 2018, where more of my viewers have come to me for reasons other than Liberal Crime Squad. It's one of those things that hasn't aged well. Like me, I haven't aged well. I've certainly changed over the past 8 years. My personality, my body, my voice in particular, especially after how severely my throat was damaged last year. I still have rough spots with it. The series I've done have changed, along with the amount of attention to detail that I've put into describing those different playlists. There have been series that I never thought would end up happening, like I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream, which just sort of happened. There used to be a guest commentary playlist that I maintained regularly, with anything that was outside of this channel, and that I haven't, like, added anything to this playlist in a long time. One or more videos have been removed from this playlist because they were deleted from YouTube. Yes, last updated on 2016. Shop Empire, holy shit. I didn't remember that at all. I forgot I joined Revoking with that. Wow. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. And then there's things that I've done with Lethal, that would have their own playlist, but that I haven't created their own playlist for. Just like whenever I visited him in December 2016, we played several games together. Kane and Lynch, Overcooked. Oh, God. Dishonored. Wow, there was one that was right there. Broforce, there we go. And I never ended up creating playlists for that. You know, there's some times where I create a playlist and I haven't even had, like, a description in the video at all, and maybe that's just because of how, like, YouTube's interface has changed. It is partly because of how YouTube's interface has changed, involving, like, playlists and the entire site that frustrates me, and also just because I guess I'm not as invested in, like, paying attention to all that detailed stuff as I used to be. Like, how many people really care about those details? You know, back in the day, whenever anyone could look at the tags of a video, I'd put jokes in the video tags. But years back, they made it so that you couldn't see the tags of a video in the video description, so that was a way for jokes to be lost. I could go on and on about how YouTube has changed just over these past 8 years, let alone before that, but... Well, I never really ended up using YouTube before that moment. Right, so March has been fairly inactive, as was foretold. We finished off Little Big Adventure 2 and the Light Warriors playthrough of Might and Magic 7. Didn't have that much further to go in those. Along the way, I also shared a System Shock 2 adventure with Lethal Feline, multiplayer melee. And, I've played a bit of Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion on a lark, which, despite my disinterest in horror, scary, creepy, spooky, I've enjoyed the game, and I could definitely see myself playing more of it. It's been alright. Yeah. It really has. It's been, I don't know, like, it's been a game that has defied my typical attitude towards those style of games. It's been neat. I've had my gripes with it, but overall, it's been, I don't know if you'd call it a pleasant experience, but it's been an entertaining one for sure. To the extent where I've gone hunting game overs and, trying out potential things to see what experience, lays beyond the horizon. And, that is something I will say I will be playing more of. There's also a role-playing game I'm a part of that I have been recording. I had thought to start making episodes of it public this month. However, there was a hiccup, a snafu with the role-playing game, which caused some hesitation on my part. And also, I want to create an intro for the series to describe it and how it's working, along with talking about my character a bit. And I've been dragging my feet on that, so eventually that will get done, and I'll make that readily available. Hooray! Beyond that, I don't have any other plans, any other designs in mind. I streamed a bit of Payday 2 last night. I'll probably broadcast that more a bit. But nothing else comes to mind. There's some rewarding the rewarder stuff I've been trying to get working, I've been fussing over. Technical issues, though. Not every game is the most suitable for me to record, particularly with this one monitor setup that I don't plan on changing. But having multiple monitors would alleviate some issues that I have with recording things. It's a mixed bag. I enjoy the one monitor setup, particularly whenever I'm doing something like live broadcasting, because I don't have to look too far away from chat. Consider my chat attentiveness compared to my friend Lethal. He's not as good at paying attention to chat as I am, and that's because he has two monitors. And you have to rotate your head more. I was there. I was at his house sitting next to him. And I could easily see how you would get sucked into a game and not pay much attention to chat at all. And then, yes, I'm not going to get too much of the technical, discussion. Suffice to say, though, that it has caused some hesitation. Or delay. Along with... coherency is difficult for me these days, at times. And this is certainly one of those nights where stringing together logical sentences and phrases and having them transition together seamlessly is a challenge for me. My senses are dulled, and I'm not all here. That's here with, a capital H, like a proper noun, here. There are times I go walking with a capital W, and I find myself, tuning in and going, what's going on now? Oh, okay, yeah. I stare out my window. I've caught myself just laying on my staircase. Wasn't entirely sure how I ended up there. I've gone walking across my city and out into the county and been how long have I just been walking around? There haven't been that many moments of this, but there's been a few instances where even the idea of food has escaped me, and I'm a gourmand, an epicure, a sensate. I enjoy food. And it's just been kind of it's not a big deal. Yeah. I've just been distracted by... I'm not entirely sure, but I've been distracted. It's all fuzzy. which has been a mixed bag. Fuzzy has been both good for me, and Fuzzy has been detrimental to me. Since I can't remember everything as well as I used to anymore, and I can't remember the bad stuff as well as I used to anymore. So that's been kind of fun. But it also ends up creating confusion and dedication issues where I have trouble committing myself to tasks and focusing. I've always been a dreamer to begin with, but now I'm even less here now than what I used to be. It's not something I could accurately and convey. I would need longer than I want to commit for this update video to convey the full breadth of that issue. It's been a thing that's transpiring, though, and it's impacting me. So yeah, I'm working on some stuff. I can't give any commitments to what I'm going to be doing in April or May. I've spent time not around my computer, and I may be spending as much time not around my computer, if not more. I'm not entirely sure. There's plans that are up in the air that have not been pinned down yet. And it has been a slight degree of frustration, but that's, again, like a quirk of being this carefree, just whoosh. Probably end up broadcasting more Payday 2 at some point. I did that last night before I played Spooky's Jump Scare Mansion. You can catch me at mixer.com/Grimith. Still broadcast here, even though I'm not a Mixer partner, even though some viewers cannot properly enjoy the low latency that Mixer conveys. There's misinformation and confusion about Mixer's existence. I'll go into a brief rehashing right now. I heard about Mixer Beam at the time in mid-2016, but that was shortly after my dad died, and I couldn't get around to really looking at it until the end of that year. Note that I started broadcasting on Beam months after Microsoft acquired it. Microsoft didn't acquire it whenever they renamed it to Mixer. Whenever Lethal and Revocaine and I and all these other folks you fucking follow started broadcasting there, Microsoft already owned it, okay? They went through some changes and severe hurdles last year, which is not the topic of this episode, this update, which ultimately culminated in me distancing myself and breaking. I opted out of my contract. We'll say that. And I still broadcast here now and then. Hooray! Yeah. You could also, I have a Discord, discord.gg/Grimith. There is like some things there you can keep track of. It'd be nice. Twitter, hooray. There's a Patreon thing. KillRain42 has been a horrible person. You deserve an insult on an update video. Congratulations. You could just choose the $10 category and get a postcard. But, you chose the $25 one, and I have no idea what the hell is wrong with you. And, it looks like more people are going to be joining you in stupidity, because 2 other people this month have committed to that category, and if their payments are processed, and I'm hoping they aren't, we need to have a stern discussion, you two. You know who you are, and, frowny faces all around. Alright, alright. I got nothing left. I'm out. Gonna ride off into the sunset. Although it's dark right now. If you're interested in role-playing, tabletop, dice stuff, you got something to look forward to. If you got a Rewarding the Roarers request, and it hasn't pissed me off with recording issues, you got something to look forward to. If you, otherwise, you got nothing. There's nothing left. But ash and sand. Alright, I'm gonna go now. I didn't do too bad with this update video. Kinda rambled. This was a very rambly video. I probably should have taken notes. I mean, winging it has worked out well for me all these other points of my life. Why not now? Take care.